Hello there YouTube, it is your boy B3 back with another kicking action figure review. Yeah. Today we have another Eldrador video as well as another Dinosaur video. It is a Schleich Eldrador Creatures Stone Triceratops from 2025. Yeah, pretty cool. Really the only dinosaurs that Schleich packages like this are the Eldrador ones. The product images for him aren't as good as the product, but I do still have a couple gripes since I can clearly see him, you know, in package. But he is pretty neat. There are many other critters on the back. I don't have the Battle Cave Arena, but I do have the Stone Monster and Ice Giant, which I've already reviewed. I do not have Jungle Emperor, but I do have Lava Smasher, who I've reviewed, and I do not have the Dragon. And then up here we have the Lava Dragon. Forgot what a dragon was for like 2 seconds. The Lava Dragon and Red T-Rex I've reviewed. And then these two guys up here are discontinued. Maybe they should change the picture out. I don't know. Plus, they don't even have a water faction anymore. So that's kind of insane that that's there. But yeah, let's bust this guy out of package. And here it is out of package. The Eldrador Stone Triceratops. It is cool. I do like the Eldrador line. I like how they make everything kind of crystally and translucent, though I feel like they're almost too dark. Like maybe they could be more translucent. And there are these moss patches, and I feel like they could be a lighter color too. When I've got all these lights on them, they stand out, but when I don't, they really don't stand out. And the crystal eyes, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about the crystal eyes. That's kind of the thing that looks weird on the product images, and it doesn't look as bad in person, but it's still a little weird. I don't know, I think maybe the beak should have also been stone and just the horn should have been crystal. I don't know, something about the face is just a little weird. I don't dislike the figure, there are just some creative choices that I would have preferred to be done differently. It doesn't, see the way its feet are, it looks like this leg is a lot longer than the back too, but it's really not. It actually stands very, very well. He's difficult to knock over, as you can see. It's pretty cool. Fantasy dinosaurs like this I think are really awesome, so I am very happy to have it in my collection. There's a lot of stuff going on paint-wise, fully painted claws, fully detailed and painted on the bottom of the feet, which is only really necessary for this foot, but they did it to all 4 feet. I really respect that. Great wash and stuff. It's really nice looking, but no articulation, which is to be expected. Now, how about we do some size comparisons? First up, let's compare him with the other 2025 Eldrador prehistoric creature release with the Frost Mammoth. Now, I adore the Frost Mammoth. I do think it is a better figure than the Stone Triceratops. That being said, I think they're really cool. They're opposing factions, so these would be enemies, unless of course in your mind the Ice and Stone factions are allies. They don't really have a lot of lore. They kind of let the kids make the lore, which I think is fun. Whoop. And to show one that's not prehistoric, here is the Lava Smasher that we mentioned earlier. And the Lava Smasher is one of my favorite Eldrador figures. I really love it. I have reviewed it and the Mammoth if you want to check those puppies out. Now I'm going to show with a bunch of prehistoric figures because it's a Triceratops. So here is the custom indie Creature Preacher Mountain Megalosaurus. This is actually the prototype Megalosaurus Crystal Palace style figure, not the final release, very rare. I think that's cool. That's a fight I'd watch, you know. Pretty damn neat. And I have reviewed him as well. Then, from the Dennis Nedry Track and Chase pack, we have this Jurassic Park 93 style Velociraptor. That's very cool. With this Velociraptor, it almost makes him more Protoceratops size, but who cares? It looks cool, right? Next up, how about something from Safari Limited, one of my favorite dinosaur toy lines. Here is their vintage Parasaurolophus figure. This I really like. This I really like a lot, actually. I think if they still had the water faction, Parasaurolophus would be a cool one, because, you know, sometimes it's restored with a fin like that. I think a water Parasaurolophus would have been cool. But alas, the water faction is dead. And then how about just a Schleich dino with Edmontosaurus here, a critter that lived in the same time and place as Triceratops. This one is kind of in a Jurassic World style, allegedly. Pretty cool figure though. You can find them in the same place. I get all my Eldrador stuff at museum gift shops actually, same with the dinos, but I've seen them at like Barnes & Noble and stuff too. Yoink. And then from a treasured childhood line of mine, here's the Definitely Dinosaurs Protoceratops to show off another ceratopsian figure. That's fun. I like it. I enjoy it. It's ace, my dude. Very, very cool. Let's pop you out of there. And how about something from the Hammond collection? Here's the Hammond collection Concavinator. Might be my favorite Hammond collection figure. Awesome, big and imposing, very cool. And one thing I like to show not just dinosaur figures with, but Eldrador figures with, are kaiju. So here he is with the NECA US poster version 1954 Godzilla. And that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. This looks like a kaiju that Godzilla would defeat very quickly in like the first or second act of the movie or something to establish his power. You know, pretty neat. So yeah, what are my final thoughts on the Schleich Eldrador Creatures 2025 Stone Triceratops figure? It's pretty cool. There are some design choices I would have mixed up. Maybe we would have made the body a bit more actually Triceratops shaped. I think that's one thing that's throwing people off is it looks like if you described Triceratops to someone and they'd never seen it and tried to draw it, that's kind of almost the body shape it has. But it is a cool figure. It looks better in person and the product images show it off to be. And I do really like it. I think it's a good looking guy. It's not my favorite Eldrador. There's a lot I would change about it. But I'm glad they made it. And I'm glad I have it. So that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.